I'm your host, Dr. Elizabeth Ssemanda, medical intuitive healer and life coach. And you are listening to the Stepping into Soul Power podcast, the podcast for people who understand we are more than just our physical bodies. Here, we explore medical intuition and healing, help you identify your blocks, and give you strategies to empower the soul in you. So, friends, this is episode two. Yes, we are exploring the medical intuitive in you. But, first things first. Now, I'd like to make sure that we're all on the same page. Yes, let's come together and be speaking the same language. Yes, and I want to break down what is medical intuition, because a lot of times when I tell people, "Hey, I'm medical intuitive," it's like, what? What's that? What's that? What is medical intuition? Well, friends, medical intuition is the science of energy medicine. Now, according to quantum physicists, we are all energy. Yes, this hair, my face, everything in this, everything in this environment, we are all energy. And it's important, so I'm going to repeat it. We are all energy, yes. And a medical intuitive looks at another person's energetic field or their own field and senses what is going on multiple levels. So this could be the emotional level, the physical level, the mental level, the spiritual level, all these levels. Yes, you can pick up information about lots of different things. And by looking at each of these aspects of these levels, aspects of ourselves, we can truly get an idea of the entire individual and their life experience. It's a beautiful picture of someone's story, the story of their soul. And so medical intuition, it also allows us to move past the physical senses and consider an important but overlooked source of information. And that is our intuition. Our intuition is the inner knowing. It's our gut feeling. And many of us have experienced, that sense, gut feeling that's always right. You may not pay attention to it. You may ignore it, but then later you're like, oh yeah, maybe I should have, maybe I should have trusted myself. and this intuition, it is a skill. This is a skill that any one of us can learn, any one of us can cultivate. Yeah, it's a skill, right? You can learn it. Every single person on this planet has intuition, has intuitive abilities. They may present differently, it may express itself differently for each person, but you got it. It's just a matter of, okay, like how does this work for you? And like anything, practice makes perfect. The more you use your intuition, the better you get. You're putting yourself out there, trusting it. Trusting it. So important. And I'm a drop a knowledge bomb on you. Boom. The more you believe you can be a medical intuitive, the more intuitive you will become. Because our beliefs are powerful. They are powerful. And if you believe you can do something, you more likely than not, you will. But if you don't believe that you can do something, you absolutely won't, right? You've got to have that belief in order to manifest. You got to believe. You got to believe. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't until the last few years that I started even cultivating my own intuition. For decades, I lived a very left-brained, logical life. I can appreciate the logic. I can. For decades, I've got 2 doctoral degrees. I've got an MD from Brown University and a PhD from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. And in the past, if I needed to make a decision, I had friends. I had my spreadsheets. I had my charts. I did my pros and cons lists. And I did it, and I got a lot of things done, but I got to a point in my life where I had accomplished a lot of the things that society had told me that I needed to do. A lot of the things that society said were indicators of success. I was in pursuit of that. And I just, I started feeling like something was off. And so, I had all these things, I had paid off my student loans. I had a decent paying job. I was in a great relationships. I had people that I can count on, but I still felt like, something's off. And so I decided to do an experiment and to see what happens if I followed my intuition. If I stopped if I stopped the spreadsheets, stop making these pros and cons lists, all these charts, and start making decisions using my intuition, making decisions that come from my heart. And as soon as I started doing this, it's like just like magic, the doors that I had never contemplated, never thought of, never imagined started happening. I started my own business. I started traveling. I went to Jordan. And I got to know parts of myself and my family that, to be quite honest, that I had been too busy to even acknowledge. And so this path has led me. It's led me to do some deep inner work that my spirit, that my soul so desperately wanted me to do. And so I'm a lifelong learner. And so I like to take classes. I like school. But when it came to intuition, I took classes. I read books on intuition. I read books on medical intuition. And then I started practicing. I started testing it out. Like, is it going to work? Is it going to work? I offered readings for intuitive readings for people. I started to put myself out there. And I'll be honest with you, it was a scary thing. It was scary. It was scary because you don't know this about me, but at my core, I am a private person. And growing and to add to that, growing up, I was an incredibly shy person. Friends, I did not like those class presentations. I dreaded them for years. Dreaded making presentations, dreaded going to parties. Like, that was me. I was shy. Tell them, go find somebody that knows me from back in the day. Tell them, roll the tapes. Roll the tapes, and they'll let you know that, yeah, she was shy. Yeah, she was. And so so doing this, it really challenged me to, trusting my intuition, putting myself out there, challenging me to be more than I thought I could be. And once I believed and I owned that I was a medical intuitive, the readings and the healings just flowed. They flowed, and they flowed with grace and ease. And so it's been a fun, it's been a magical journey, but there've definitely been some components that have been tough, right? Not necessarily easy. And I will say that, and the tough part was primarily because a lot of people in my social network knew me as a psychiatrist. And that is what they want to think of me as, but being a medical intuitive is also part of who I am, and part of the, this is part of this experience that I want to have while I'm here alive. And I'm going to honor my spirit and do it whether people necessarily agree with it, like it or not. It's a lesson in being true to myself, regardless of what anyone else feels or thinks. And I want to let this point hammer into for all of you, right? For all of us, we are more than whatever roles we play. We are. You're more than a mother. You're more than your occupation. You're more than any activity that you do on a regular basis, whatever hobby that is. You're more than that. So much more. And so honoring that truth is incredibly important. And so I honor the truth that, yes, I am a medical intuitive. But in many ways, we all are. Everybody, we all get intuitive information about our bodies. And I invite you to take the first step. Yeah, in your because you're already getting information from your body, but take the first step. Invite you to take this first step and start paying attention to your body, not just friends, not just how cute you look, because I know you look good, but truly paying attention to the sensations, the thoughts, the feelings that you experience, and not running away from the experience, not suppressing the experience, but being aware. Let's be here. Yes. Let's be here. Let's be present. And there are many ways, many ways to start doing this. But I'm gonna give you a tip. I'm gonna drop another knowledge bomb on you. Let's do this. And that is to start paying attention, meditate. Yes. I'm a psychiatrist, and so I see what works, and I have to put a plug in for meditation, because I know from my experience and from working with others that it really can help you become aware of what is going on with your body, and that's what you need to do. That's how you're going to get information. Is through your body, by paying attention to your body. That's the first step in developing medical intuition. And I'm going to be honest, it's a tough thing to do, to pay attention. It's hard. You know why? We got Netflix, we got we got YouTube, we've got telephones, text messages, Facebook. There are so many things. And that's not even all of them. That's just the TV, movies. There's so many things that are just clamoring for our attention. And so the act of actually paying attention to our bodies and not all the other stuff that's going on around the world, it is tough. And add to that we are living in an anxiety-provoking situation right now in the globe. Yeah, it is. Tough times, friends, tough times. And so finding a way to take time to sit and to actually pay attention to ourselves can be challenging, but it can be also incredibly rewarding. And there are many ways to meditate, many ways. So I know some of y'all are like, oh, there she goes. Like, you want me to sit down in a cross-legged position and just sit there. Oh, you know what? Different strokes for different folks. Different strokes for, there are many ways to meditate. Yes, you can do a sitting meditation where you sit and you pay attention. You're paying attention to your breath, or a guiding sitting meditation where someone guides you through a meditation. But you can also do a walking meditation where you feel every step that you take. Or and how about this? An eating meditation where you truly take in the aroma, the texture, the temperature, the flavors of your favorite dessert. And I challenge you, do an eating meditation and then let me know how the experience of food changes for you. It can be mind-blowing, because a lot of times we're just taking it in. We inhale it and we're done. But really being there and being present, being aware, taking in everything can change your experience and oftentimes, I'm not saying all the time, but oftentimes it can change it for the better. Okay, so maybe you want a little prompting, you want a little help on starting to meditate. Guess what? There's an app for that. Yeah. There are many apps. There are lots of great apps, many of which are free. I like to recommend, there's one called Insight Timer. I like it because they have guided meditations for people who need, sometimes you want to be guided, but there's also the option of just having a meditation where they have the timer. They'll let you know when you're done, and then you do the meditation on your own. You pay attention on your own. FYI, I'm not being sponsored for this. There are no coins going into my purse from Insight Timer. No coins whatsoever. Another app that I like, this one, and again, I'm not sponsored, but I like this. I've gotten good feedback from the clients. And myself is the Calm app. There's a Calm app, and that I feel like they do a great job. There might be a subscription that you might have to pay, but I will say this: use it. I think they got a trial, so use the trial first, and then I'm all about that. Do the trial, make sure it's for you, and then pay. And I'll say this as well, is the other reason why I'm a big fan of meditation is because it's free. Yes. And I'm all about the free. We're paying too much. We're paying too much for everything. Inflation is high. Let me save you some money and help you get centered and aware and start to develop the medical intuitive in you. So there are many things that you can do to tap into your intuition, to tap into the medical intuitive in you. And like I said, it is a skill you can get better. Practice, 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 practice. And just you'll be surprised at how far you can go. And then we're not gonna leave you hanging. We won't. We will be exploring more about ways that you other things you can do to help cultivate this, because it can be a little bit of a there's some people who have smooth sailing, but it can be a little bit of a bumpy ride, and we're here to help you over those bumps. We're here to help you ride the wave. Yes, learn to ride the wave. Yes. All right, friends, it's that time of the podcast. Time for our soul power statement of the week. Yes. So, our soul power statement this week is: you are more than your five physical senses. Yes. You've got a sixth sense, your intuition. So start using it. You might be pleasantly surprised by the people and the experiences that come into your world. And yeah, maybe in fact, why don't you consider doing the experiment I did? Like I decided to follow my intuition and see what happened, and magic started happening. So see, like I said, everything is your choice, but humor yourself. See what might happen. Um, I'm guided to add the following quote from Anton Saint Martin: signs, senses, synchronicities, connect the dots. Follow the breadcrumbs to your destiny. And I'm adding this to the quote: and use your sixth sense. Use your intuition. All right, friends, we have come to the end of our time. And if you're interested in being on the podcast, go to SOULINYOU.com and send us a message. I'd love to hear from you. In fact, if you decide to do, like I said before, if you decide to do an experiment, follow your intuition, if you're, interested or try out meditation, let me know. Send me a post. Let me know how things are going. And I love doing medical intuitive readings on air. So connect with us if you're interested in making that happen. If you're a more private person, you want me to do a reading or healing, make an appointment at soulinyou.com. To all of my healers, love y'all. Yes, nothing but love. So send me a message. Let's collaborate. Like I said, I'm all about being a positive force in this world and changing things for the better. Let's help people step into soul power. And finally, if no one has told you this today, I will. Thank you for being authentically you. The soul in me honors the soul in you.
Disclaimer: this podcast is for spiritual and or entertainment purposes and is not a substitute for medical diagnosis, healthcare treatment, or professional advice. Each person is so unique, so please consult your healthcare professional for any medical questions.